Hey guys, it is Cthulthu here. Today it is day 3 of this series now, and yes, so it is a Saturday. I'm doing all the normal stuff that I would usually do on a Saturday, starting with a daily run, runite mining because it is Traherne hour right now, farming, all that normal stuff, Reaper of course, Slayer a bit as well, now that I've started just a little bit again. But today I did a couple of things that I actually forgot to record, but I want to mention. So, firstly, this whole sand thing that you can do right now. So we're going to the Lumbridge crater and you can hand in sand and you get these boxes, and then there are a couple of other ways to get boxes as well. So one is to what's it called, Treasure Hunter. You can use your keys on Treasure Hunter and you get a chance to get some boxes, and the other thing is doing daily challenges. Not only do you get boxes, but obviously you get the keys as well, which potentially gives you more boxes. Fantastic. And also for every box you claim, I think you get another big box, but you'd have to wait till Sunday to get that, and I've already now reclaimed those, or claimed those rather, and they're all the same. I never got anything special out of them. What I did get was lots of ships, battleships, whatever they're called. I got plenty of money bags. I got what else was there? Not much worth remembering. Water balloons, rubbish. There was at least one decent thing that oh right, that was it. So it was the prototype things. I think they're called prototypes. I can't remember. Oh no, protein. That's it. So I got those protein packs, and I like getting those protein packs. I haven't actually redeemed them just yet. I'm not entirely sure what I want to get out of them, but whatever gives me the best experience, that's what I'm going to get. I'm going to make sure I get the best experience for it. And the other thing I should mention is if you every time you'll see me when I'm in my bank, you'll see me on this tab where I just have this kind of skiller stuff. It's the same tab that I have all my summons in, so my yaks, my unicorns, and whatever else. Now in that tab, you'll notice that I've actually got some protein stuff, and I'm basically saving all those protein items for the next Double Experience weekend. So I decided that almost straight after Double Experience weekend. I just wasn't going to use any protein items until Double Experience weekend, so I make the most out of it because it's already good experience. The only bad thing about it, I guess, is the time it takes to actually use those materials. But you know, if I'm then doubling the experience even more, then it is certainly worthwhile. So I'm going to save those, and yeah, I like getting the protein packs. The other thing that's worth mentioning is the money bags. The money bags, which tend to be pretty much just medium bags. They give you 100k almost every time, and even if they don't, it's between 90 to about 110 probably. So basically, you get an average of 100,000, and it's such good money. So yeah, I certainly recommend, if you're not doing it already, I suggest that you make sure that you're handing in your sand, and that you're doing 2 daily challenges as opposed to just the one by using your Visvacs. Actually, having said that, I've just realised that actually using Visvacs costs money. So maybe that's not the best idea. Actually, no, sorry, let me think about it again. So Visvacs, you need 25, I think. I think you need 25. Actually, that's something I still haven't worked out, because the one thing is that I had 3 daily tasks left. I had my normal daily challenge, Slayer challenge, but then I also had this Mithril ceremonial one, and I had this one other one that I can't remember what it is anymore. So every time I would use Visvacs to re-roll my task to get something better. It didn't work though. The one time I used it, it changed my Mithril ceremonial into another Mithril ceremonial, which was freaking annoying. I don't know if that's supposed to happen, but you know, that really shouldn't happen. It's like, you know, Slayer. They fixed it with Slayer when you got this Slayer task. Firstly, they wouldn't duplicate your Slayer task, so your next task wouldn't be the one that you just did unless you re-rolled. And the other thing that they prevented is they prevented you from cancelling a task and then getting that task back. And it's the same should apply with this, the challenge task. You shouldn't re-roll the same task. So that was a bit odd. Anyway, so I only had the option to re-roll a task, so it only cost me 25 with Visvacs, but I don't know if it'll cost more now that I need to get a completely new one after I've done my first one of the day. So I'll have to see how much that costs me. But if it does only cost 25, then that's only 100,000, and when you're giving yourself, I think it gives you 2 boxes for completing a challenge. If you're giving yourself, 2 chances to get a money bag, then that's your money back, and that's actually, that's not only your money back, potentially, so 2 chances to get your money back. It's actually 4 chances to get your money back, because you get the 2 boxes, but you also get 2 big boxes after a certain period of time as well. So yeah, you get 4 chances to get your money back and get 3 other things. So it's worthwhile doing, in my opinion. So yeah, that's one thing that you don't see me doing in this video. The other thing I just completely forgot about is the fact that yes, ceremonial swords cost an awful lot to actually do, and I haven't worked out how much it cost me, though I will do that in the next vlog. But more importantly, I got 700 magic logs as a result of doing the daily task. So I am wondering now whether, you know, whether the loss is actually quite minute or whether there's a loss at all. I guess that the mithril probably did cost me around 700,000 plus the coal, which is obviously very expensive right now. But, you know, even if it isn't a profit, I mean, it seems as if the loss is actually quite minor. But again, I have to actually work that out. Right now, I'm just assuming, I'm just thinking about it and assuming it, which is really not something to depend on. So I'll work that out in the next video. Right then, so I've been rambling quite a bit in this video, but basically we started this video on 808 million. And one thing is for certain, actually, you know what, I was going to say it was for certain, but it's not for certain. I was going to say that I think that majority of the income I made in this video was down to a Grand Exchange update, but when I actually think about it, I'm not showing you all the farm runs, I'm not showing you every single harmonized ore hour. I mean, in a day, I probably get at least 4 to 5 million in harmonized ore. And that's not even doing it properly. That's me AFKing it and not really paying attention. But that's still a healthy 4 to 5 million in a day. The Araxel task, that's got to be at least 1 million, but I'm not including costs, so maybe it's less than that. Maybe it's nothing at all. I would hope not, but you know, the costs involved. In fact, you know what? I am lowering the costs involved in killing Araxel, though. In terms of the gear, I'm certainly not doing it that way, and at some point the gear's got to be repaired, and obviously that's an expense. But yeah, I'm using a lot less sourdough in brews, because, well, I'm taking a yak with me, and more often than not, I prefer to use a rocktail and then a brew straight after. So, you know, if I use only 10 rocktails, then I'll probably only use 10 sourdough in sips, which means, you know, it's a minor cost. Whereas I used to just always just use sourdough in brew, and I would only ever really use rocktail on the final phase where I felt as if the healing would help, but now I'm just using it throughout while having a yak with me. The only reason I didn't use a yak before is because I wanted the extra range accuracy, but you know what, I'd rather have the yak because it saves me a lot more money. Right then, but yeah, then there's also the farming. The farming must be approximately 2 to 3 million. Then there's the dailies, and that's probably between 1 to 2 million as well. So actually, I do quite a lot in a day for my money. And then there was also a Slayer task I did as well. I strike worms and plenty of other things I probably just don't think of, like treasure chests and, like I mentioned, this whole weekend of sand thing. That all adds up too. So yeah, the Grand Exchange probably did update, and I probably did gain something from it. And you know, at some stage I'm also going to lose that money as well, because the Grand Exchange never goes completely up with regards to the items that I keep. But yeah, I think actually, you know what, I probably did make the majority of the money myself. I just don't appreciate it, and I guess that's what this video is about. This series is about. It's about appreciating that the little things can actually, you know, mean a lot more once you do it quite a few times. So again, the harmonized ore, maybe 1 to 2 million, it actually is quite a lot, but you know, it's even more than that if you do it 2 or 3 times a day, which you easily can do it. So yeah, these things add up quite easily, and you know, I'll get a better appreciation of that as this series goes on. Right then, so I think we must be coming towards the end of the video now. We're on 820 million in that very, very mini clip that you just saw. So we've gained 12 million as of that point, and we don't have that much longer to go. And yeah, I don't know what else to say now. There's a few things that I'll talk about in my next vlog, as this one is coming to an end. I'm looking forward to raids, so that's one thing that I'll definitely talk about. I'll go through ceremonial swords, because again, I really need to test that out properly and actually know what the figures are. Otherwise, I'll just go back to doing Slayer tasks. I mean, I don't need the experience in smithing, but I want to know. I guess it's just a test out of curiosity at this stage, rather than being about experience. Anyway, guys, until next time, see you around.